welcome to my show. This is Honorable Mentions with your host, me, Rachel Jane Andelman. I am your host. Every week I like to look a little bit more disheveled. I'm excited for the dishevelments to come as I brush out my hair literally on the stream. This week we'll be talking about some of my favorite posts which shed light on what literally just happened to us. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. As it goes, I'm doing well per relative standards. Before I talk myself into too much nonsense, I want to bring on my co-host. He's lovely. He has children. He is a real adult. Give it up, please, for D. Heller. Boom.
Yeah.
You look so delighted to be called a person.
It really was the best introduction I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. He is a real adult. Like, I'm putting that on my resume. I am sending that clip to my parents. I'm going to put that in my declining RSVP to my high school reunion. Sorry, can't do it. I'm a real adult.
Yeah, I don't understand. I think that high school reunions are really funny now because now that there's Facebook, there's no sense of like surprise or wonder. Everyone knows that everyone else is married or like what their kids look like. It's like, I've been following you digitally for the last 10 years. There's no reason to catch up whatsoever.
In fact, it might actually be a bad idea if we catch up because you know what I posted that pissed you off.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll come up at 11:30 tonight.
I believe I had to block you on Facebook, and now we are in the same room. This feels like an escalation to me.
I know a lot about what you don't believe in.
Yeah.
I know way too much.
I know that your definition of freedom and my definition of freedom are like two different words. They're like not the same word when you use it. When you say freedom, it means something, to me, very shackling.
And to a lot of people I care about.
Yeah. Adi, what are you drinking?
I'm excited. This is my first use of Katie and Dan's wedding koozie, which says "Be excellent to each other" and it has Bill and Ted right there, which is nice. And inside it is an Allagash White.
Nice. An Alley White, as they call it nowhere.
An Alley Blanca.
An Alley Blanca. Someone said that they're going to start calling double IPAs Dua Lipas, and I think that's cute.
That's great. That almost makes me want one.
Yeah, everyone's just like, oh, I've never wanted one before, but now I feel like I need it. It's great marketing. Adi, do you remember anything that happened to you this week?
I remember what I did this afternoon.
Yeah.
I went grocery shopping in two grocery stores that were technically not new to me because I went to them growing up, but were new to me as a real adult. And going to new grocery stores is very frustrating for me. So.
Yeah, because the layout is unusual, and
you're
like the cereals are next to the produce. You're like, who designed this? Some sort of madman who's mad at me specifically.
And that's what they've been plotting since I was 17.
Yeah.
They've been just fucking with this grocery store layout, knowing I'd come back.
Well, like first, we must lure Eddie back with. Let's give him
his wife.
Let's employ his wife, and he will come back, and then you can shop at our terrible grocery store, where everything is the wrong place.
And the only things on sale are the brands he doesn't like.
That's pretty diabolical. I don't remember much this week. I remember I'm like slowly making progress in the novel I'm writing because I figured if one is home all day and one is not employed as such, why not write a book? It sounds like it made sense. And I'm almost halfway done with the first draft of the first half. It's 2 parts, so that's pretty exciting. I also didn't do anything New Year's Eve because it felt very irresponsible to do that.
Mm-hmm. I was packing New Year's Eve, and Doris and I had plans. We had like an alcoholic beverage and a sparkling non-alcoholic beverage, and we were going to decide which one was right at the moment, and we straight up missed it. And about 15 minutes later, we acknowledged that we missed it and continued packing like real adults.
You're like, sorry, we were working. We were doing work during New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of our tweets that we'll be reviewing this show will be New Year's Eve related, but in a fun way, not in a bad way. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to segue
Here we go.
effortlessly
Yes.
into the main body of the show. And I know that I've been like making you guess, and that's been pretty fun. Making you like do like a little guessing game, like what is this tweet going to say, or what do you think is going to accompany this caption? And I think this week I'm just going to see what it feels like for us to just chat about it. And that's cool with you.
Okay, cool.
I will say that
but I have a parenting meme, and I was planning to make you guess about it.
Okay, well then that's just what will happen. Your part of the show is yours, and you can do whatever you want with it.
The mature minute.
I want to say hello to Adam Berry in the comments.
Yeah.
You did have some 9-year-old cider.
It wasn't good, and I didn't finish it.
Does cider age like wine? Does it? Good
cider does. This was not. This was cider that I had moved with twice already.
Oh.
This cider predates me meeting my now wife. And it's a bottle of shitty Magner's cider that I bought when I was single in Somerville and kept moving with because I don't throw stuff out. And it wasn't good. It was bad.
What did it taste like? Could you give us a mouthfeel summary?
Bubbles and sugar. The mouthfeel was bubbles. The tongue feel was sugar.
Okay, you make it sound good, but I'm assuming it's the bad version of what you said.
It tasted well. It just wasn't what I wanted. It was too candy-ish. It was too candy-ish, and I was drinking it too late to keep going down that road.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. So if you have moved twice with your cider, just assume it's going to taste like candy, and don't drink it if that's not what you want at that moment.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. We're going to look at some tweets this week that I think are kind of very of the moment that made me laugh, that made me think, and that made me say, "Hey, this really feels like it captures the sang-fra of the last week."
Yes.
So everyone likes this.
Yeah.
Hey, Tomato.
The second, hello, Tomato. That's the second weird thing I've seen about Avril Lavigne today.
Oh, what was the first thing you saw that was weird?
Shit. Riff on this for a second. I'll be very quick.
Sure.
Yeah. I told you I don't remember past this afternoon.
Awesome. So this is a fun, just like a fun little remembrance that the years have changed between now and last show. A lot of New Year's Eve content in general. A lot of people posting photos of themselves with the funny, silly sunglasses that are numbers, and just like a fun. This feels like a very kind of throwback type of content where it's just like, oh look, the kerning is wrong, or like, oh look, they made sticks look like the word dicks because the S is too cursive, and this is just sort of like the very like cutely erotic kind of content that I like. Avril Lavigne singing "Bite Me."
Yeah, so that's what it was. Oh, sorry. Comment from Adam Berry is what the other item was. That Lauren, last name I can never pronounce, thinks the left is going to cancel her for Skater Boy. Is going to cancel Avril Lavigne for Skater Boy.
Skater Boy is, of course, a very fun song. I think I have seen so many comedic essays about Skater Boy. I think it's of all of the songs from that period, it's the song people most like to deconstruct for venues like McSweeney's. They're just like, wait, there's a lot to break down in this song, and I'm like, yeah, but everyone has. We all get it. It's a strange little song.
Yeah.
She's often like the cool girl in her songs. She's not the nerd. She's not like the sympathetic figure in her songs, which for me is fine. My standards for pop music are very low, and I don't mind listening to songs by who is clearly the villain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's she teases the McSweeney writer by saying, "Could I make it any more obvious?" And the McSweeney writer is like, "No, the meaning wasn't obvious." Ha ha.
I also like just like the SK8 spelling of Skater Boy, I think brings us to there's just something that is so essentially childlike about that spelling that if you were a child when that song came out, it just like hooks you back to your childhood, like a giant 8 grabbing you by the neck and pulling you backward.
One of the rings of the 8.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you have 2 necks, in which case, for some reason, you're fine.
Siamese twins? That's the wrong term. Conjoined twins. Sorry, I feel
it's
terrible.
Okay.
Anyway,
I think I wrote a tweet another month, like back when I was teaching before the new variant. Half of teaching 101 students is just telling them that the term is now conjoined twins. That's like half of teaching 101. The other half is like, don't hit each other.
don't hit each other. You don't know if they like it.
Yeah. Sometimes you do
wait till you've been on the team for 6 months.
Yeah, sometimes you get a guy on your improv team who's just like, you know what, I like it when I'm hit. Just kick the shit out of me, and then you all go for it. But if you don't have that guy, then don't do it.
That's right. I've got a story to tell you later. Anyway.
Okay. We're like, are we talking about the same guy?
Very possible.
Oh, this was another amazing tweet I saw. January 2nd. It says 250,000 likes. Mm-hmm. So already like a small town of people just going crazy for this tweet. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this, Adi?
No, I haven't seen it at all. I already love it. I love it a lot.
So already, also Tomato Surprises is demanding you tell me about them now. So there are people in the chat who do want to hear your anecdote. Just letting you know that when you're ready,
I'll do it during the segue till the next tweet.
Okay,
that's a tease.
Yeah, this is a tease. This is another tease. This is a dog in front of burning debris, and I really thought the post is very heartwarming, and also the reason it's so popular. But basically, on this day, so 2 years ago, residents of Antofagasta, Chile, held a fake protest for a stray dog named El Vaquita in order to take him to the veterinarian. El Vaquita, a little male cow, you can tell like he's definitely like a little male cow, he's black and white, is one of several famous street dogs in the country who frequently join demonstrations and protests and instinctively side with them during confrontations with the police. During one clash, El Vaquita was shot by police with a riot shotgun and injured by a pellet. He would not allow himself to be captured and had repeatedly refused to be adopted, so no one could take him to the vet. So instead, local people organized a fake demonstration, which he then joined, which led him voluntarily to the vets where his injuries were treated. In 2019, in a poll by the local newspaper El Diario, he was voted Character of the Year, surpassing all of the humans.
All of the humans. All of the humans. My immediate thought is that this reminds me of Bat Kid, the Make-A-Wish kid that everyone in like San Diego or whatever just pretended was Batman for a day, which is very, very sweet, and blah, blah, blah. And this is 1,000 times cooler. And Chile is my country of the year over the US for this. They won 2022.
Yeah, there's nothing about this story that's not great. One thing that I should point out is that this is one of the very rare occurrences where there's a good Twitter post that's clearly just pulled from Instagram. It's almost always the reverse, where Instagram is just Twitter screenshots. So I just wanted to give Instagram hosannas. Very occasionally, Instagram has quality original content, even if it's just relaying information.
That's incredible.
But this story is amazing. Working class history. I assume if you go on that Instagram account, you'll see more types of stories like this. But I love that it's a dog story. I love that it's a tricking an animal story. I love it when we trick animals for good reasons. And
yes.
It's also an ACAB story. So it really combines a lot of things that I'm interested in a really heartwarming, wholesome way. So
additional point, I feel like there's no way I'm not the only person that saw this. That picture is a recreation of the little girl meme, right?
Absolutely. Yes. I think that everyone...
That's the point. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It was so obvious that... Anyway.
But yeah, I think it's really nice that I feel like we often hear about dogs who are policemen. It's always fun to hear about a dog who is a protester, who is an activist,
who fucking hates the police.
Who fucking hates the police. Yeah, it's just really good to hear about these types of dogs, because I feel like these dogs are out there and they deserve as much respect.
Yeah, no, I feel like the only time in the mainstream that I think I hear about stray dogs, unadopted, whatever, like dogs that live without human owners. It's like the Russian government shot a bunch of them, right? Like,
yeah.
there are not enough feel good stories about dogs that don't have human owners, which, to be clear, is what dogs are supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good people. This one is like a funny meme because in their effort to pull from a beloved sitcom, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they've really kind of undercut what to me is one of the selling points of the dog by having the dog be a dog of a policewoman.
It took so little time for Brooklyn Nine-Nine to age out of its relevance.
Yeah, I think there's something hard. I think whenever you make a sitcom that's like where you're trying to be cute, I think it often ages less well than if you just agree that all of the characters are bastard assholes. That's sort of my...
That's why Always Sunny is setting all the records.
Exactly. You can also see this actress, Stephanie Beatriz, as Mirabelle Madrigal in the movie Encanto. I have not seen the movie Encanto, but I am slowly watching the movie Encanto via a series of cosplay TikToks recreating scenes from the movie. I'm excited to eventually see the whole movie in this method.
I am jealous. I am doing a disservice to my brand as resident dad. I have not seen Encanto either. I am out of the loop on about half of the parenting group posts right now.
Yeah, Encanto is a big deal. It's a big deal among kids, children, and teens who love to dress up and sing songs in front of their computer and talk about movies that are about family trauma. All those, I believe that's a 4-quadrant film. It's everybody. But it's about a guy inside of a wall who's covered in rats, who is unspeakable, who's like too hot for that description, and his family who won't talk about him until they do. That's, to me, the plot of Encanto. Sorry if I got that wrong.
You immediately told me more than I know.
Cool.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see this movie now.
You can see the movie on Disney Plus in theaters.
It's also called If These Walls Could Talk Part 3.
Exactly. I love a good If These Walls Could Talk reference. Someone is enjoying that, and that person is me. Guys, do you remember?
Wait, my turn before you click.
Okay.
All right. So, comedy sports, circa, I don't know, 7 years ago, 6, give or take. I got the call up from minor leagues to major leagues, aka from the training cast to the main cast, and that's it, pretty much. And so I went to my first practice with the veteran players, and I am a bit of I have little bits of the social anxiety, bit nervous going into this, and I've been watching all of these players for quite a while, and am really excited and nervous and embarrassed almost to be playing with them. And one of them is Will Van Antwerp, and 2MB emeritus. Yes. How? Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah.
And so this is maybe my second scene, I think. My second or third scene in this practice. And the suggestion was nails. And so in my head, I went with nail salon. And so my initiation was just putting out my hand like I'm ready to get my nails done. And Will slapped the fuck out of my hand. Immediately, he just reared back and slapped the hell out of my hand. It was pulsating, and yeah, we did a scene that is super problematic about like a father and son working some shit out with hitting, and that's my story about getting slapped by an improviser that some of us know.
Cool. I think we've all decided during the course of this anecdote that Will Van Antwerp is canceled. If he's on your Facebook friend list, block him. And if he's a friend of yours in real life, always be me. You heard that from me.
This is the picture. Oh, that's the picture. This is like 2 big Paul Ryan fans cosplaying as in his Rage Against the Machine photo shoot.
Oh, there's lots of father-son working out pictures. And to answer Tomato's question, I also miss problematic scene work. I miss being a prostitute's assistant. Which is when there are 2 women in a scene and one of them becomes a prostitute and then I become hers. That is
sounds
real
like really hard work. I saw Lola.
Yeah, I was. It's a lot of administration, but it's just like very funny. I always think of that scene as like, wow, being a woman is fun. Also, this is a very fun Google image search. If you guys want a fun Google image search, father-son workauts is the place to go.
That's the week in Twitter.
That's the week in the internet. Thank you, Adi, for that anecdote. Are we ready to see more tweets?
Let's do it.
I should really label these. I don't know which one is coming up.
I like it.
Excellent. Oh, this is one of my favorite of the weeks. So basically, the way copyright works is Disney got mad, and now everything takes like 100 years to become fair use. But for whatever reason, they let the copyright of the original Winnie the Pooh expire, but not Disney's interpretation of Winnie the Pooh. So here's a fun tweet to help you remember. Please note that Disney's depiction of Winnie the Pooh is still under copyright. It's the character from the books that entered the public domain. Red shirt on the bear, artists beware. If nude he be, your Pooh is free.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat.
And I just think this is a great reminder that there's going to be a lot of weird Pooh stuff coming out. Oh, here's another one. Here's somebody put this into a more memeable frame. And yellow, it's Mickey's fellow. Nude and brown, you're in fair use. One thing that this reminds me of is the fact sometimes it's easy to forget that like Winnie the Pooh, like Disney is such a weird, like, bunch of virgins. The first thing they did when they got Winnie the Pooh is put a shirt on him.
Because that really changes it.
Yeah,
His bare dick is not the issue.
Yeah, they're like, there's too much. We don't have to put pants on him, but we got to do something. There's too much bear here. We gotta break this up.
This won't fly in Peoria. Let's go.
Yeah, we've lost the South. This is the Southern strategy. We got to put a bear shirt on.
Big old red shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We also made him yellow.
Yeah, this is a dog. That red shirt is a dog whistle.
Yeah, it's like a red shirt in a Star Trek where you're just like, oh, you're kind of like a wimp who's gonna die if you're like the red shirt Winnie the Pooh.
Yes shirt, no pants, some problems. Can I tell another anecdote?
Absolutely.
So we Saturday I drove my wife, who is a whole and unique person with her own life beyond this story, and my two daughters out from Boston to here in Amherst, where we now live. And right after we left, my daughter Sydney, who had insisted for hours she did not need the potty, literally like a minute away from our house, needs the bathroom. Yes. And she didn't have shoes on in the car, because we were going to be in the car for 2 hours and we didn't put shoes on her. So we pulled into a Burger King where they had a bathroom, and she started crying about us putting shoes on her. And she said, oh my God, that's so good. And she said, why do I have to wear shoes in there? And I said, there is literally a sign on the door that says you can't come in without them. Which was not an explanation that helped her.
When do you teach a kid? Now, I don't have a child of my own. When do you teach a kid about the no shirt, no shoes, no service rule? Which is like, at this point, I would say it's one of the last 5 rules remaining in society. I think the answer is necessity. You wait for necessity to teach it to them. Mm-hmm. That's because otherwise, because it's bullshit, really, right? Mm-hmm. Also, I cannot tell you how much I prefer this one with the depiction of the shirtless, footless thing.
Yeah, no, we had a workout hippie bro come in here one time, and it really fucked our shit up. So we made these pictures. Don't be like him.
Yeah.
I mean, no. So she was going into the bathroom in a Boston Burger King. She very much needed shoes on, but it was late, and she was dealing with many emotions. So I didn't want to explain it to her because it wouldn't have worked. So we just got her over it. Yeah. Yeah, crying kid at night. Kids crying can be really, really funny.
I'm also going to say that a lot of these are not at night, and I'm a little disappointed in this Google image search.
Or if it is at night, it's like, what are the parents doing turning those lights on inside? Like, you're screwing with their circadian rhythms.
Mm-hmm. I do like this one where it's like the light is the source of light of this is from the crib.
So it's Jesus? Is the baby Jesus?
Young father under stress because baby is crying all night because of the weight of all of
humanity's sins. Joseph not ready to fill God's shoes.
This one's real fun.
Oh shit.
Not a babies.
Yeah, don't let the kids see that. They will think that's real.
Guys, I could make myself laugh just through Google image searches all day, but we have more tweets to look at. Mm-hmm. But thank you for that anecdote, Andy. Are you ready for your next tweet?
I'm ready.
This is the next tweet of the week. Oh, okay, so I don't know. Have you been following this Elmo drama?
No, but I have feelings about Elmo.
Okay, so we'll hear about your feelings about Elmo. So basically, everyone knows who Elmo is. he hasn't, it's not like he was nobody and then this week he became somebody. But Elmo-related content on the internet has exploded this week, and it's all been sort of surrounding specifically Elmo's relationship to Zoe's friend Rocco the Rock, and like how mad Elmo is that he has to respect this rock like it's a person. So this is like, I think this might have been the video that like started everyone posting Elmo videos. So this has like 363,000 likes. It was posted on January 3rd.
And 6.3 million views because people can't stop once they do.
People like cannot get enough of this drama. So hopefully you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Barely.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can throw up the video.
Let's do this.
Okay, we're gonna try this again.
That's Elmo's favorite. Look, Gabby, can Elmo have an oatmeal raisin cookie instead, please?
Oh, gee, Elmo, that was my last one.
Oh, that's okay, Gabby. Elmo will just take this one. No, wait, Elmo. Rocco says that he wants the oatmeal raisin cookie. Rocco's a rat, Zoe. Rocco won't know the difference. Yes, he will. You can't have that cookie, Elmo. Rocco wants to eat it. No, how is Rocco going to eat that cookie, Zoe? Rocco doesn't even have a mouth. Rocco's just a rat. Rocco's not alive.
Fucking hate Elmo. I fucking hate him. He's such an asshole. He's so goddamn selfish. Anyway.
To be fair, like it's very hard. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm an asshole. But when I watch this video, I'm like, I'm on Elmo in this particular instance. I don't have any greater context. I feel like Elmo has a point. Like the rock's not real. Just take the fucking cookie. But I also like understand that that this is like a larger.
There's a lot going on with Elmo.
There's a lot going on with Elmo. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this scenario.
Right. So 2 issues. The simpler one is that this is just a storytelling mistake. Elmo is the wrong character to be delivering this message and this joke, because Elmo is the youngest, most innocent, most bright-eyed, and most gullible character on the entire street. He is the least credible person to be taking on this position. Fuck that goddamn rock. Of course, Adam, it's not a person and it shouldn't take cookies from anyone, but this is bad storytelling, which is a bigger crime. And then, so that's basically it. Like you could put literally any character from Sesame Street on there and they'd be more credible doing that because they're older and they have more complex inner lives than Elmo because he is a one note. And although maybe this is him maturing, maybe this is a real choice they made. I doubt it. My bigger Elmo take is that the huge it is interesting. I see Tomato Surprises says this is a long-standing feud, and I don't know that because I've been tuning out of Sesame Street because Elmo is the star of the show at this point, and they dumbed it down and they made the lessons less interesting for kids. And it is now a show that really plays best to 2-year-olds instead of 4 to 5 to 6-year-olds. And it's all because of Tickle Me Elmo. It's all because they wanted to sell more dolls.
So these are all great points. And I guess Rocco and Elmo do get married in a 2014 episode. Rocco is introduced in season 30 of Sesame Street, which I don't know.
Many, many more. Season 30 Survivor you looked at recently. Or just a lot of people are looking at it.
Oh, yeah. So season 30 was 1998 to 1999. So this feud, or whatever they have together, has been going on for 20 years.
Interesting.
So I would say half of the furor regarding Elmo is regarding this relationship with Rocco. The other half is that people really like how he talks. So there's a lot of various. This is like one of my favorite clips that I've seen recently. Somebody took an appearance of Elmo on Jimmy Fallon's show and illustrated it, and I wanted to show it to you because I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Okay.
So it's like very short. Let me just show you.
Right, because it's gross stuff. but it tastes good when it's put all together.
Okay, good. Onions, garlic,
Onions, garlic, celery, balsamic vinegar.
tomato
That's a
paste.
big word for Elmo.
So he goes balsamic vinegar, and then they just dress him up like he's like this Brooklyn guy. So like the idea is that sometimes like the Brooklyn Elmo will like come out, and then people find this incredibly charming and funny, and I do too. That's why I posted. And I do also appreciate in this illustration that they do tape the sunglasses to Elmo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. That was fantastic. I don't have a way to argue with it. I have a serious and boring opposition to Elmo because watch a recent episode of Sesame Street, and it's like really, to me, really sad what they've done to the show.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it stems from just making him the central character of basically every story that happens.
Yeah. I mean, my feeling about, the Jim Henson Workshop series of properties is that what I love about the Muppet Show and what I find really charming about like old episodes of Sesame Street feels very much like sourced to like the comedic sensibilities of Jim Henson and Frank Oz. And so it's not surprising to me that the properties like have lost that charm because those people are literally not involved anymore. That said, I have found a lot of charm in a lot of the recent Elmo clips, which people have been posting. But I also understand that that's not necessarily indicative of a show whose quality used to be at point A.
Yeah. That's fair.
Are you ready for next clip?
I want it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want it.
You want it, you got it, you bought it, you have it. Okay, cool. So have you seen this clip?
Nope.
Awesome. So oh no, don't look at it. I wanna
Am I guessing?
You're not guessing. I just wanted to like cue it up, and it's like right at the top. But this is one of my favorite clips from this week. So basically, there's a couple of things about this tweet that's amazing. Chris Evans has recently been announced as playing Gene Kelly in an upcoming either biopic or biopic, depending on how you pronounce that word. And someone posted Chris Evans, you will never be him. Which already is amazing.
Yep. Good job, Kasneck. Come for the king. Let's go.
You come for the king. Let's go. The dot, for those who are not on Twitter, the dot means that it appears on your timeline to people who are not Chris Evans. If you just did at Chris Evans, he would just see it, but like you wouldn't necessarily see it. So the dot is basically saying this is a public announcement. The at is saying I'm talking to you, Chris Evans. If you have your notifications on, which you do not because you're a celebrity, if you did, you would see this, and you will never be him. And then, so this is a fan cam. Fan cams are one of my favorite things on the internet. They're just like little edits where people are just posting like pictures of celebrities or video clips of them that make them horny. And these are all from the same movie, the 1948 movie, The Pirate, starring Gene Kelly and Judy Garland, which apparently had a very troubled production history and was not particularly financially successful, but which does happen to have tons of really horny shots of Gene Kelly in it.
Fuck yeah. So, also, let's appreciate the velvet with 3 colors that he's wearing. That's amazing.
Yeah, this is an amazing, everything he wears in this movie, according to this fan cam, is amazing. We're going to watch it right now.
Let's do it.
It's 30 seconds.
Crank that fucker.
And of course, the perfect wraparound.
So good.
so good.
Oh.
And Dee, tell me, what did you love about this fan cam?
I loved the pacing. We had the long ones where you could soak it in, the fast ones where you're like, I want to go back and pause it and freeze frame. The clothing is incredible. The longing looks. The time he spun around on that pole, I think that happened.
Which
All
was
the
a wrap
puffy
around.
shirts. All
He
the
wrapped
puffy
around
shirts.
he wrapped around the pole right before the wrap around of the video, which I think is very artful. For me, I this got quote tweeted a lot. Like, you'll see it's a very popular post. And I think when you look at the quote tweets, I think it's mostly regarding the cigarette trick at the top. Did you catch
Yeah.
the trick?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a fucking power move.
Yeah, to kiss, he puts it in his mouth. You're like, that cigarette's gone. He pops it back out, blows smoke in her face, which you may not or may not be into. But if you're into tongue stuff,
I'd feel very disrespected.
This is the very first comment. If you go to quote tweets, is, I'm not gonna lie, I do that cigarette trick with a blunt, and I'll serve this pussy on a gold platter. Gene Kelly era magnifique. If someone lets me bum a cig of them, I might use the first move as a thank you. A lot of people going crazy for these clips, especially the cigarette move.
Yeah.
For me, I just love that there's a fan cam of a movie from 1948, basically treating Gene Kelly like a member of BTS. I just think that's very fun.
Right.
I'll also say that I've never, ever had any feelings about Gene Kelly whatsoever, but I may have feelings for him now with the combination of earring side.
The stash is so fucking perfectly done.
The mustache, for me, really changes the game. I've always thought of Gene Kelly as like very like, not uptight, but very like almost bland, like in his looks. And like the mustache just makes him look like such a pervert in a way that I appreciate. It's like what his face has been missing. And so for me, this is a wonderful piece of content. The fan cam's really well done. The cigarette trick is amazing. I've never seen it. And then like the framing of the post as basically saying Chris Evans, you're a failure before you've started, is an incredible diss on a man who has 8 to 10 months of filming to go. It's really just been announced.
I find myself continuing to wonder about the choice to use promiscuous, because I feel like a lot in this video was actually quite deliberate, and I don't know. Anyway, it's a banger. It's a straight banger. Maybe that's all it was, but
I will say that like I think the bass or like the music is from Promiscuous, but it's like it sounds like a remix. I don't know who's on top. I don't know who the singer is, so that needs further inspection.
For sure. Research, inspection, discussion, McSweeney's humor pieces. Yep.
I do love, and that's why I keep saying the white men have declined over the ages. Like, how we go from this to y'all fighting over Timothy or Twink. Ponies are like filthy, which I really love. Anyway, yeah. Do you have any favorite? Do you have any favorite like old-timey movie stars?
Favorite old-timey movie stars? I saw a bunch of Buster Keaton stuff and am like blown away by his capacity to do physical comedy, to use his face and his body. I would say I just admire him. Yeah.
Are there any ones that you like lust after? Like you're just like, man, like I'm straight butt, or like if I had like a list, like this would be my list.
I mean, she's not as old school, but she got so old and she was still so gorgeous. Sophia Loren.
I feel like Sophia Loren hot feels like a redundancy.
Right?
but we'll do
Maybe it's Sophia Loren, the definition of hot.
Yeah.
The hot.
Hot, yeah. Loren.
Seriously, just stunning at every moment of her life.
Yeah, I like lots of fun poses. I don't know if I've seen any movies with her in them, but I definitely know of her as a public figure.
She was in Grumpier Old Men.
Nice. Is that where you got the fever?
That definitely moved things forward.
You're like, wow, there's something about this beautiful older woman between these two grumpy old men that just really makes me think about what makes me interested.
Well, I see her interested in those guys, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
maybe I'd be attractive to her.
Maybe me.
maybe 14-year-olds me.
You're like, you've heard of.
Do you like my wireframe glasses? No.
We're getting Diana Rigg in the comments because I feel like now we're just looking at.
We're just thirsting after old school.
We're just thirsting. She just passed away, I think, which makes us even hotter. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very subversive, strange thing to say. Sometimes I just say things for attention.
I mean, it actually technically makes her colder.
Colder. It does make her colder. Nice one, Adi.
Nice
to you. But yeah, so fan cam of Gene Kelly, always fun, part of this week's top tweets. Adi, are you ready for our next tweet?
Now I am. Yeah, thank you for the heads up.
Sure. Because I know how to pace my show. So this week we had a terrible tragedy, which was that Betty White made the People magazine people have to reprint their new issue because it had Betty White turns 100 on the cover. This is how this person found out Betty White died. Betty White dying at 99 made me realize I never really kept it 100 with you. Don't gotta respond, but I hope you and your family well.
How many women did that guy send that to?
That's a great question.
He clearly had it and was like, this is fucking gold. I'm going to use it. Now, did he concentrate his powers on the one true pair, or did he cast a wide? Did he play the numbers game? And I know he played the numbers game.
I would love to think that this is a reply all on like a BCC on 100.
Yeah, exactly.
BCC,
a scheduled tweet.
Yeah.
A scheduled text.
But regardless of how many women this guy sent, or this person, it might also be another woman or whatever. However many people receive this message. This person is the one who went viral with it, with 190.
So dead ass. This is the first text I see because I was eating.
This is how I also found out Betty White died. Word, okay, see y'all there. Betty White died. What? Yeah, it happened. Days before she turned 100. I'm distraught. What the fuck? She deserves a toast tonight.
That's not as fun.
That's not as funny. It's much funnier.
It's like stolen valor. You're not funny. Your text isn't funny.
Here's one. Betty White, by the way, really put things in perspective for me. I don't want to lose you because I should have kept 100 instead of 99. Time is short. You are my golden girl. Hit me back. I miss you. I replied, you're sick in the head.
So was this a talking point circulated like Fox News circulates its talking points so that everyone, says the same message? Was it like all the sleazy exes got the memo? Yeah,
either 100 what would you rather have? 100 sleazy exes all sending the same message, or one sleazy ex revising as he went? You're like, okay, for this girl, I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to rearrange some of the stuff in here.
Obviously the latter. That's like the most kind of profound human story. Try, fail, try again, fail better. That's
Exactly.
Yeah. He's
that's how-
that sleazy X is Sisyphus pushing the rock up the mountain.
and who knows? Maybe it worked. Maybe he finally found the words in the right order, and he finally got laid off the back
On the 99th?
on the 99th. Yes, on the 99th girl he sent it to, he got laid. That's how it works.
And then God rested.
I mean, if people aren't getting laid talking about Betty White, then what is even the point of
Of her life.
the point of the show The Golden Girls, which is about how it's never too late to have a lot of sex while living in Florida with your friends. I assume there's other parts of that show. I actually wrote a tweet about how I could not live in that house because they are all too mean to each other, and I could not deal with them just constantly zinging me. Like, I would find that intolerable.
I feel like it's a training ground. Like you come out of that and you can be an 80s male stand-up.
Like they make fun of different people for different things. Like, I think I could be Blanche if like the joke is that I get laid a ton. I don't think I could be called stupid all day. I think that would make me sad.
Could you be called boring all day?
No.
Could you be called old all day?
No.
I think I could do old, and I think I'd be okay with boring.
Yeah, well, we're different.
Yeah.
We're different people.
Yeah, there it is. This is what the real Myers-Briggs of the Golden Girls is.
Yeah, like what would you be okay with those old ladies just thrashing you for?
This one I saw. This one I did see. Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan's in the news a lot, usually because he's like, don't take the vax because I don't know. It's like, are you even a man if you take the vax? Or like, there's like a lot of questions about vaccinations and just
like, why don't you have confidence in your immune system?
Yeah, why don't you drink like this bulbous soup and supplements shaped like a dong instead?
Why don't you do a month on Chef Boyardee like I did?
Why don't you live in the wilderness and every time you feel sad, you just like chuck a piece of wood at a bumblebee? That to me is being a man.
That to me is being a man and avoiding COVID-19.
But anyways, this made me laugh. Can't stop laughing at this, bro. That's just cooking dinner. You're describing what a meal is. I have become obsessed. I'm obsessed with cooking meat over fire. I get prepared for it. I make sure I'm hungry before I cook it. The smell of the smoke and the aroma of the crackling meat ignites some ancient genetic memories. It makes cooking and eating significantly better.
You know about those ancient genetic memories.
Dude, have you ever noticed how, like, if you take cold food and put it in a pan, okay, bear with me. It's a process. It probably 30 minutes, but if you put it on a pan and you like smoke it up with some stuff, like it's like you're connecting to your ancient self.
It's like the generations of avatars within you are finally communicating their knowledge in a clear and coherent form so that you can bring this to the world.
It's like, have you ever, like, we used to be cavemen, right? And like, this reminds me of the smells and the sounds of a cave. Like, I'm hungry, and I'm not hungry anymore because I just ate food. Anyway, that's a lot of fun. I think we have time we have 2 more tweets left.
Okay.
We'll go. We're gonna hit him.
All right, let's plow through them. Speed round.
Speed round. Second to last tweet. Oh, this is a description of a Pittsburgh toilet. I had never heard of this before. It's not necessarily like topical, but it is topical in the sense that this was posted on January 2nd and has 40,000 likes, which means that we all learn what a Pittsburgh toilet is at the same time. And just to go over it, a Pittsburgh toilet, often called a Pittsburgh potty, is a common fixture in pre-World War II houses built in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and surrounding regions. It consists of an ordinary flush toilet installed in the basement with no surrounding wall.
This is amazing. I now want every movie that has someone tortured and chained up in a basement to take place in Pittsburgh.
I don't understand why. Like they describe it, but they don't explain it. People like it.
Wikipedia only did half the job.
Like, obviously, after World War II, you need walls around your toilet, but there's no necessarily a reason why before World War II you wouldn't. And I'm just like, what's going on?
What happened is, World War II happened, right? And they needed to make a bunch of jobs, and they, had, what's her name? We Can Do It, right? Rosie the Riveter. And so they're creating jobs. They're pouring money into the economy, and they've run out of ideas, and they're like, all right, fuck, let's go to Pittsburgh and put some walls around toilets. Let's fucking do it. And then everyone got used to it, so they stopped doing it after.
So you're telling me that this was a manufactured need, that if we lived in pre-war times, we'd be like, yeah, I'm just pooping in the middle of the room.
In the middle of the basement. In the middle of this cold, unfinished basement.
Oh, hey, Johnny. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Fred. Just going to sit in the basement. Normal things I'm doing.
Hello, rats that I know well, because this is where I poop. All right. This is the other reason why you'd go to any basement toilet, regardless of how terrible it is, how shitty it is that you have very little kids, and the only way you can get away from them is to go down the stairs, which they're afraid to use alone.
Children can't go downstairs, and also dogs that have arthritis can't bother.
Yeah, and you need a break. Everyone needs their alone time.
Yeah. So there's a picture of a Yonkers basement toilet called the Scary Toilet by the grandchildren. Oh, and now people are just posting absurd toilets that they found on the internet.
Anyway. Worst of Tim's also suggests that it's for when you want to poop somewhere with incredibly echoey acoustics, that it's for maybe opera singers. There were a lot of those in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, just people who just really appreciate the sounds of an echo. Just like remind them that it happened. If they like
to feel like their experience lasted slightly longer.
Have you ever had like short-term memory loss, but it was like really short?
I feel like that's a Nick Cage concept for a movie.
He can't remember what happened 2 seconds ago. That's why everything has to echo. Anyway.
That's why he can only interact in basements.
Great premise for a movie. Writing the script tonight. One last tweet before we get down to Adi's parent meme corner. This was just a fun joke. This is just a joke I enjoyed. A detective that solves all his cases through post-nut clarity.
That's a fantastic porn.
It's a very funny porn. I just thought it was a funny joke, and people agree. 21,000 likes.
So that's like a small university?
Yeah. A small university, 21,000. I think it's like UMass Amherst. Like if every
UMass Amherst is bigger.
Oh, then I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're like my wife just started a job there. 40,000-ish, I think.
Apparently, so I didn't know this, but like apparently if you go to the hidden tweets, first of all, I have to pause the show for 1 second and just point out that the hidden replies is by far, I think, the funniest feature on Twitter. So basically you have all these replies, and if you are the writer of the tweet and you don't like a reply, you can hide it. But what that means is that it collects all your hidden tweets into this like little button. You can see all of the worst tweets or the tweets the original writer doesn't want people to see at once. Which
Yes.
is
This is a monkey's paw.
I don't know whose idea this was, but I'm just like, yes, I want to see the worst replies.
I'm going there every time. This is a life hack you just taught me.
So someone's like, Key and Peele did this, like the Key and Peele sketch. Didn't they do this on Key and Peele? Fuck you.
That's great. That's great. And he just is spent his whole week hiding people pointing that out.
Yeah, so like when this happens
They have spent. Yep.
When this happens to me on Twitter, sometimes I'll just like write a reply and I'm like, oops, guess they already did this. Oh well. Because there's like engagement is engagement, and it's not my fault if I have the same thought somebody did 5 years ago. Right. But this person like went to the trouble of hiding everyone pointing out that this exists before, which I think is very like very funny and like weirdly resentful. I like did not want people to know.
Yeah, or is like telling in a weird way, like maybe it was kind of a stolen joke, and that's why they're trying to hide this. Yeah, which is not going to work. Game of Throne of Blood. Yeah, all right.
So
he is a massive baby. That's great.
So I think that's all my tweets. So those are the tweets of the week, guys. Give it up at home. If you're at home, if you have two hands, do a little clap for all the tweets. Now we've come up to the last portion of the show, which is the portion of the show where Adi gets to show us one of his funny parenting memes. Adi is a parent, which means he has to be a parent, which means he has to do parent stuff, which means that parent memes are not just theoretical versions of what life could be if you had kids, which they are to me, but they are actually engaging with life as he is truly living it. So I'm gonna unshare my screen, and we're gonna let Adi take it from here.
All right, so we're gonna do this guessing game style. Mm-hmm. All right, so can you close your eyes? Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're gonna share screen, and we're gonna say don't show these tips again, and we're gonna say Chrome tab. Okay. All right, so that's what we're looking at, and so Rachel, so this meme, you may have seen the basic format before. It's two kids on separate water slides, or just slides, two separate slides that come down to kind of form one where they'll crash together. And so it says two separate things at the top near each kid, and then it's like they're crashing into the same result. That's the meme format. And so the thing they're both going to end up doing or being, it says eating McDonald's French fries off the floor of the car. And so what I want you to guess is what two separate different things will end up at that.
Hijacking a car that just went to McDonald's and going to McDonald's in your car. I believe that would be two answers.
Okay, those are two good ones. Now, if I can ask you to put yourself in the mind of a parent.
You're like, I can't do it.
And try one more time. Whatever that means to you, whatever two parenting related things, choices. Maybe there's a fundamental choice that a lot of parents make early on in their youth's lives that could lead them to eating McDonald's French fries off the floor of the car.
Mommy, I want to give fries to the dog. And then, Mommy, I want to give fries to the bird. I'm assuming sometimes do kids sometimes have pet
Yeah, those are very real things. I've dealt with a lot, and I can't believe that wasn't the meme. But now you can open your eyes and see what it is.
Okay, right. So it's the idea that like no matter how you feed them, they're gonna be dumb.
Yeah, I mean that's one. Another way is like I feel like as a parent, and to some degree this isn't my lane because it wasn't my choice, right? Because it was not my body that that was going to be directly impacted. But I was there for the labor intensive decision to do that, and I've been witness to many parents that struggle with this choice. This is a huge thing that people deal with, and a source of anxiety, all that. And the idea is it doesn't fucking matter because all kids are fucking kids, right? So yeah, they're all savages. They're all that's a loaded term, but they're all they are all id. And if there are French fries on the floor of the car, it doesn't matter that you gave them like 3 more nutrients during months 1 to whatever.
By savages, you mean of course they slay.
That's right. They have crowbars and machetes, and they like to kill gory. They want the blood to flow.
See, like, this is one of those things where, like, if I was a parent, I would be like laughing, but because I'm not, I'm just like, this feels not entirely impenetrable, but like it's like enough of a thinker that like it does not enter my mind to laugh because like it's too much like hypothetical reasoning.
Right. You're basically just like learning that this issue exists. That's like you're at the very first stage. I also want to say that I saw this meme like 5 days ago and was like, that's the one. But I just tonight realized that the slides look like a woman's sexual organs.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
those that's fallopian tubes. That's what it 100% looks like, fallopian tubes to me. Okay, thank you, Anso.
My fallopian tubes look like the symbol for the artist known as Prince, but I'm assuming that this is more standard.
You just had to have the fucking hippest, coolest fallopian tubes, didn't you?
Yeah, sometimes you just get bored and pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been a wonderful show. This has been super fun. Do you have any things you're going to take with you from the show, from these memes, from these tweets, and from our amazing one-of-a-kind banter?
Yeah, I am going to take away that they called fan cams.
Fan cams, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm taking away that they exist, that I like them, and I want to see more of them. So New Year's resolution, I finally have one. I'm taking away that when someone's telling an anecdote, you can do a mean Google search to support it, Google image search to support it. And I'm taking with me that you know even less about parenting than I realized.
I don't know how people happen. I just turn away while you do all the work. Adi, thank you. Thank you for all of your hard work on this show. Thank you all for our viewers for your hard work on this show. Thank you for our tech, Matt, for all his hard work on the show. We hope that you survive another week and join us next week, same time, same place, by which we mean the net. To call it the net. I always like to call it the
net. As in Sandra Bullock's The Net.
The net. We'll be watching the net next time. But otherwise, we hope you have a great week. And sorry things suck. Things will get better. Maybe. Who knows? Probably. Okay. We're not here to say whether or not. We don't know anything. But we love you. And we'll see you next week if you're still alive. Good night, good luck, and good posting.
Yay.